Okay, so today we're talking about matter. Matter is basically what everything is made out of. Okay, I have a picture up here with Legos. That's basically, think of every single thing that you can see or touch or feel. Everything is made up of matter. It's all those little tiny little building blocks, like little tiny mini Legos that are put together to make up that tree or to make up the building or to make up a planet, whatever it is. The key with matter is matter takes up space and has mass or weight. Okay, so right here, me. Am I taking up space? Taking up the space right here that my body is in. I'm taking up this space. Do I have some kind of weight? Do I weigh anything? Yeah, I weigh a lot. Okay, I have mass, I have weight, and I'm taking up space, therefore I am made up of matter. What about your desk? Is it taking up space?
Yes.
Does it weigh something? Then it's matter. What about this air right here in this? If I were to take a chunk of air this big right here, is it made up of matter?
No.
Is it taking up space?
Yes.
Yeah, the air is right here, right? I know you can't see it, but there's air right here, right? Like if I walked right here, I wouldn't go, I can't breathe, there's no air, right? There's air right here, right? So it's taking up this space, right? But does it weigh anything? If I were to take this and cut a chunk out and then went and put it on a scale, would it weigh anything? No. Well, let me ask this then. What if I did this? Sorry, bear with me. I'm trying to find a bag that does not have a hole in it. Okay. So let's do this. I have a scale here. I have a bag, right? Right now, I just want to weigh that bag, just so you know. Okay. So this bag weighs 7 grams. Okay, just so you know. All right. Let me ask this: if I filled it with air, right? Okay, I now have air in it, right? Everybody with me here? Okay, is that air taking up space? It's taking up the space in this bag, right? But does it weigh anything? If I weigh it, so the bag and air weighs 8 grams. So what does that tell you about this air? It's what? It's made of matter. It took up space and it weighs some. Just because you can't see it because it's so small doesn't mean it's not there. If I were to take all the air in this room and put it all in one balloon and weighed it, it would weigh something. Okay? Air weighs something. Matter takes up space and it weighs something. Now, how can I describe your matter? This is called a physical property. Physical properties of matter include the way you observe it or what you observe. This is a property that can be observed, measured, or changed without changing the substance. For example, I could check its weight, right? Its mass. If I were to put it on a scale, like I just did, I can weigh it, right? If I were to change it and add more to it, I could still weigh it, right? But it was still made out of that material. We'll get into that a little bit later. I could check the volume. The volume is the amount of space it takes up, right? If it was a perfect square, I could measure length times width times height. and it would measure that. But what if it was a weird object? The way we measure how much space it takes up, if it's like a weird shape, it's called a graduated cylinder. This is important. You take water, you put it in, you measure where it's just water, then you drop something in it, and that water goes up, right? You guys have all gotten in the bathtub and noticed that the water goes up when you get in there. Why? Because you're taking the space of where that water was, so it's forcing the water up. And so if I measured it before, then you get into it and it goes up, I can measure the distance, right? And that's how much space I'm taking up. Understand that? That's what they're using with a graduated cylinder. So if I had a marble and I wanted to know the volume of the marble, I'd measure the water, drop the marble in it, and where it changes, that little bit of a difference, that's the volume of the marble. I can also just simply look at it and see what color it is. It's blue, it's green, it's red. These are all descriptive words, my observations of the physical property of anything with matter. I could touch it, ooh, it's soft, it's rough. The texture on it is by your feel. Finally, I could also measure the temperature of it, right? I put a thermometer on it, it's hot, it's 50 degrees. It's cold, it's 30 degrees, whatever it is, I can measure this. These are all physical properties of anything with matter or mass. Using your observation, using your senses to describe anything with matter.